Welcome to the Void Podcast. This podcast is produced by Void LLC and presented by Sean McKnight and Jenny Miller. We hope you enjoy this episode of Void.
Episode 8. Previously on Void. Jonas has discovered that things on the lower tiers are much worse than they thought, with outbreaks of violence and the tiers themselves being sealed off so no one can escape. Gerald Daniels was summoned in front of the council and given the new assignment of creating a poison gas that he fears will be put to nefarious uses. And at the end of the last episode, Nova Bayflower found herself in dire circumstances as the test flight of the space shuttle she's piloting has spun out of control.
Jonas, I'm having trouble with this. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm cutting out. I don't know what's...
Damn it!
I've lost power. Control of the ship. I don't know, everything's spinning out.
Can't you get these comms working?
We're doing our best, Dr. Outbreaks. The interference is coming from her side, not from here, so there's not much we can do.
Well, can you at least track where she is?
She was just cracking the thermosphere when we started losing contact. Our equipment isn't exactly up to the old NASA standards.
What can we do from here?
Wait.
Jonas? Son of a bitch! Okay, Nova, you got this. Have to level this bird off. Switching to artificial horizon stabilizers. Oh, okay, thank the goddess for that. Whew, okay. She's still steering like a brick. There's something wrong with it looks like the main rudders are fine, but the body flap is stuck. What the hell? Why is this not responding? Strata, run diagnostic check on rear body flap.
Running diagnostics now. Device unresponsive.
That's just great. Strata, distribute all rear navigational auxiliary power to rear elevons.
Distributing auxiliary power to rear elevons.
That's much better. Now that she's getting back to being calm again, let's get us home. Jonas!
Nova! There you are. Are you okay?
Yes, I had a close call, but I got everything under control, and I'm bringing her back in.
Not to worry, Miss Bayflower. We have you back on comms and on our scopes. We can see you now, and we're bringing you back in.
Sounds good. I'll see you soon.
Nova. Oh, so glad you're okay.
Thanks. I'm glad too.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Okay, 1 minute she was flying smoothly, and then the next I lost the rear body flap, and it sent the whole thing into a spin.
I thought you did a full systems check.
I did, 3 times in fact. Twice before the test, and then once the morning of.
What about this afternoon before takeoff?
No, we ran basic diagnostics, but only because we had already done the full run three times already.
You should have done it again. I told you to be careful.
Don't lecture me about how to do my job, Jonas. I did everything by the books.
Then tell me what caused the problem.
I don't know!
Dr. Aldridge, Miss Bayflower, please come with us. The council would like a word.
Dr. Aldridge, Miss Bayflower, please be seated. Now then, we'd like an explanation as to what went wrong with the test flight for the supply mission to the station. Dr. Aldridge, since you're overseeing this, please, if you would.
It would seem that word travels pretty fast, Council Seat Harris.
Indeed it does, Doctor. You do understand how important this mission is, don't you?
More than you know.
I'm sure you flatter yourself that way, Dr. Aldridge. But let me stress once again that our relationship to the space station is our relationship to the future. We put a lot of effort into making that station happen, and we will ensure our place is part of it.
I assure you, I fully understand that the future of humanity is involved here?
This is, after all, a council-sanctioned mission, Dr. Aldrich. Who do you think those operators in the control room work for? We keep tabs on everything that concerns our future and those who have a role to play in it.
Yes, I see. Well, as you've already heard, we achieved launch. But there was a problem during the test where navigation was lost briefly. Luckily, Miss Bayflower is a skilled pilot and reacted quickly.
Oh, yes, skilled pilot. Now, let me see. So skilled, in fact, that she has experience with at least 3 different accidents we just became aware of. According to the background check we recently issued, it appears Miss Bayflower has a history of other similar incidents.
You'll have to forgive me, Council Seat Harris. I don't have access to the same level of information that you do. I'm sure Miss Bayflower...
Actually, we would like to hear from Miss Bayflower. Miss Bayflower, can you please tell us what you did wrong to cause the accident today?
Well, first, Council Seat Harris, allow me to clarify about the other accidents from my past. Okay, they were, first of all,
We prefer to hear about today, Miss Bayflower. No need to try and make excuses for your past or your present, for that matter. We only want the truth about the test today.
We ran the tests as documented, step by step. The ship was operating as it should have been, and then there was a mechanical error of some sort.
Ah, yes, a mechanical error of some sort. If you were in my position, Miss Bayflower, do you think the explanation, a mechanical error of some sort, would be acceptable?
We haven't had a chance to run diagnostics since I landed because we were summoned here. So I haven't had a chance, and I don't have the proof.
Are you implying this is the council's fault somehow? Be careful, Miss Bayflower. You are moving in a dangerous direction.
No, I'm not implying anything like that. But without running diagnostics, I can't determine what the cause was.
Are you certain it wasn't operator error?
Yes, I'm certain.
Were you drunk, Miss Bayflower? You have a history with alcohol.
This is out of line.
We'll decide what's out of line, Dr. Aldrich. Now, please remain quiet. I ask you, once again, were you drunk, Miss Bayflower?
No, Council Seat Harris. I was not under the influence of any substance whatsoever.
And what proof do you have of any of the details of this incident?
Only the ship's logs and what Jonas and the control room heard.
I have that right here. It says communication was cut off when the incident occurred. Seems very convenient for you, Miss Bayflower.
Convenient?
Convenient in the sense that you could have cut communications to deal with whatever accident you caused with your inebriation.
I resent that. I couldn't worry about comms because I was busy wrestling with a ship that was spinning out of control. How is any of this convenient?
Calm down, Miss Bayflower. I wouldn't want to have you taken away for reconditioning. It would be a shame to have to replace you this late in the mission.
You can check the ship's logs. I recorded audio of everything I was doing, moment by moment.
We'll do just that, Miss Bayflower. As long as your story checks out, you'll continue as pilot.
And if my story conveniently doesn't check out?
You're excused, Miss Bayflower. You remain, Dr. Aldrich. We have further business to discuss. Now then, Dr. Aldrich, we'll be examining this shuttle matter ourselves. Should we find the results unsatisfactory, Miss Bayflower will be removed, and we will assign a new pilot, as well as place Dr. Daniels in charge of yet another project on your behalf. Is that clear?
Yes, Council Seat Harris.
What is the status of the uranium project?
We've been able to harness energy from it and produce some electricity.
How much electricity?
Enough to power the full level of an entire tier.
That's all?
We're taking it slow. This material is really unstable, and we're not equipped to handle this properly. If we had just had the right...
We don't want excuses, Dr. Aldrich. We want results. This substance is supposed to power our entire colony, as well as our transportation and our weapons. And you're telling me all we can power is a single tier unit?
Council Seat Harris, with all due respect, this isn't like simply burning oil. We could cause a massive explosion and release radiation that would endanger the entire...
I'm beginning to wonder if you're really the best person for these assignments we've been giving you. Your use is becoming a question, and if you're of no use to us...
I'm sorry if the council is displeased with my results. I will endeavor to improve wherever I can.
See that you do, Dr. Aldrich. We don't have a high level of patience for inadequate results, and I have to say, you are very much testing that level right now. That'll be all. I suggest you get to work.
Thoughts and prayers.
Don't push your luck any further, Dr. Aldridge. Let's see, Colonel Harlow.
Yes, Council Seat Harris. How may I serve the council?
It would appear that Dr. Aldridge is becoming more and more a problem. Should there be any more evidence of suspicious activity, you may act as you see fit. I'm afraid Dr. Aldridge's usefulness may be coming to an end.
Very good.
As for... What just happened? Somebody tell me what just... What is this, Colonel Harlow?
One of my agents received this.
What is this?
The revolt. That explosion we just heard? That was an attack on our power station. They're trying to take down the power on this tier. That document is their manifesto.
The arrogance. How dare they attack us again? I'm not reading this garbage. I won't allow them to justify their acts of terrorism. Enough is enough! There's no need to merely observe anymore, my dear Colonel. You may move forward and start the process of rounding up these vermin for proper justice. I want Alton Fisk to answer for the revolt's crimes.
What level of engagement does the council approve of?
You may employ whatever technique you think are necessary, Colonel Harlow. We leave it to your discretion.
Council Seat Harris, I look forward to fulfilling my duties in service to you and to the council.
Thoughts and prayers, Colonel.
Thoughts and prayers to you and all the council members.
I see you started drinking earlier than usual today.
What's it to you?
You're drinking a lot, Gerald, even for you.
You know, you're not my mother, Jonas. I can take care of myself.
You mean the way you took care of yourself when I found you face down, passed out the other night?
You know, with the day I had, you'd be drinking too. You know what those bastards asked me to do? They asked me to develop a poison gas, Jonas.
To be used for what?
The council claims it's for a vermin problem, but that's bullshit. The amount they want, there's no way that this is for vermin.
They're going to gas the populations on the lower tiers.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Well, they tried to wipe them out with the virus. I guess they're attempting to speed up the process.
What do you mean?
When I spoke with Aliska, she came to the conclusion that the council planted the virus in the lower levels.
Those deplorable scumbags. And now they want me to help finish them off? Well, you know something? I won't do it, Jonas. There are entire families down there.
This whole thing keeps getting worse, Gerald. They were pushing me pretty hard on the uranium project. They want power that we just can't be responsible for giving them.
Yeah, we couldn't deliver that kind of power to them, even if we wanted to.
It may not matter much for me anyway. They're ready to toss me aside and put you in charge of everything.
Well, that is understandable. I was always better looking and smarter than you.
Yeah, laugh it up, smartass. There's another problem. The test flight with Nova had a malfunction that's causing the council to now question both Nova and myself.
Oh? That's troublesome.
The malfunction was mechanical as far as we know. Nova managed to get the ship under control after a bit of a scare.
I'm really glad to hear everything worked out okay.
I guess if you consider everything I just told you as being okay, then that's true. You don't seem very surprised by all this, Gerald.
What, me? No, that's... Why, that's terrible. I mean, is Nova okay?
She's fine. You know more, Gerald. Don't try to lie to me. Spill it. What do you know about that test flight?
Okay, look, they never meant to put her in any real danger.
Who?
I'm sorry, Jonas, but the revolt was responsible for the sabotage.
Sabotage? The revolt sabotaged the ship?
They feel strongly about the supplies going to the colony rather than being used for political gain. They never meant to put anyone in danger.
Are you nuts? That whole incident could have killed Nova. Not to mention the council was ready to exile me for incompetence, and you're telling me they never meant to put anyone in danger.
There are issues bigger than us, Jonas. We all have to make sacrifices.
It's one thing if your sacrifices are by choice. I'm sick of hearing the excuse of collateral damage coming from the revolt.
The revolt is trying to do what they think is best, to get out from under the tyrannical rule of the council for the sake of the colony's future.
That future won't matter much if the planetary conditions continue to worsen. I'm working on trying to find a new home here for the human race. Don't lecture me on the bigger issues here, Gerald. The revolt has their own agenda. They have no idea what we're actually trying to achieve.
Well, perhaps it's time to let them in on the plan.
Why? So they can continue to not see past the nose on their own faces? And try to convince me to keep all my efforts on a dying planet?
I'm just saying that you should talk to Fisk and get to know him better. You're both fighting for the same side.
The only thing I have any interest in right now is punching Fisk in the face for his tampering and for nearly getting Nova killed. Maybe I'll get the chance to do that anyway. I need to go visit Aliska so I can get more details about what happened on the lower tiers.
I'm afraid you won't be able to do that.
Why not?
I received a message from Fisk just before you arrived. Dr. Surkoff is dead.
This episode of Void featured the voice talents of Ella Demby as Strata, Frank Juchnowitz as the narrator, Norma Chera as Council Seat Harris, Sean McKnight as Jonas Aldridge, Jenny Miller as Nova Bayflower, Victoria Stevens as Control Room Operator Number 1, Mike Sutton as Gerald Daniels, and Amy Teresa as Mercy Harlow. The Void theme song, Equilibrium in Turbulence, was composed and produced by David Parsons from Avid Wolf Music. If you'd like to learn more about our podcast, please visit our website at void-podcast.com.